Gold so far throughout the day traded in range, failing to go past on the upside above 1915, and on the downside as well 1900s are well respected. At the same time, oil has traded bearish, as I told you in the morning analysis that it is trying to keep its movement engulfed between the yesterday's lows. So it is stayed till to 72.8 but failed to breach past yesterday's low at 72.4. So now what to expect? Important key CPI data is awaited, and the markets and commodities are also waiting for the data. Definitely it will bring the volatility. So what to expect, which position you should take in order to profit, we will see with the help of charts and indicators. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Do not forget to press the bell icon. Remember, this is the second update. Those who watched the morning analysis should have sold at 1904 and profited at 1900. Now, in this analysis, this is the second analysis for the day. In this analysis, first we'll look into gold, followed with oil. Do watch till the end, listen to it carefully, note down the levels, trade as per the levels. Now, see, first of all, gold is trading below the 20 period moving average on the hourly charts. It has got its resistance intact at 1915. So, any point of time, if you see it trading above 1915, you can buy, and then one can expect 1925, 1940 levels. If it is going to happen today or not, that we need to look at. Now look at the downside. Yes, 1900 levels are still well respected, because below that directly it might land at 1890, 1885, 1880. And if it breaks below 1880, more bearishness may prevail, where we might see 1870 also. Now see, the stochastic there is at bottom on the hourly charts. The MACD on the hourly charts is divergent bearish. We have seen in morning analysis that it might try to trade bearish. It is happening, but the movement is very sluggish. It has not even dropped a bit, and in fact traded in range throughout this. Now RSI has also dropped a bit, and it's trading at comfortable levels. Look at the 2-hour charts. On the 2-hour charts, the wall is clear here, and if you look at the movement, now see, drop, retracement, drop, lower high, lower lows. 1900 well respected, so certainly below 1900 you can just stay short for 1890 levels, and in fact 1894, 1890 zone is going to be the next support, and 1885, 80 is the next support. Stochastic trading at bottom. Now look at the MACD. This is trading with divergence. This is trading bearish. This crossover is happening at a little higher levels. It might stress the drop a bit, and hence if you see trading below 1900, certainly one should remain short and one should expect a drop. See, RSI was also overbought. It has cooled down a bit here. Now look at the 3-hour charts. Likewise on the 3-hour charts, here too the similar observation is here. Look at the previous two candles. See, it may also show you a swing till 1915. In fact, can try to take it a little higher till 1920-22 zone, and from there also it can reverse. So be cautious with the swings today at least. And yes, below 1900 definitely you should trail your stop losses till 1980 and then 1970 levels. You have to put a $5 trailing stop loss. This is what I have mentioned in the morning also. See, the stochastic here has dropped a bit. It has come to comfortable levels. The MACD trying to converge crossover for a sell, and this crossover is happening at a pretty higher level, so it might bring little bearishness. The RSI is also trading overbought, which means it can probably try to bring up prices little lower. You have to be watchful. Now also look at the 4-hour chart. See, I had created this channel in my weekly analysis, and precisely it has respected the channel so far on the downside and the upside as well. Now if you look at the 4-hour charts, you can find the wall out there. Lower lows are getting created. Breaking below 1900, just stay short for 1890, and then 1885, 1880 levels are going to be the next support. The stochastic is overbought, has seen a good dip, and it can bounce back. The MACD is bullish, trying to converge. It has not yet crossed over. It is still bullish. Remember this fact. The RSI is also trading overbought, and it has cooled down a bit. It is trying to enter into sell zone or comfortable zone. Now on the daily charts, remember one thing. See, till 1880 levels. See, first thing is, if it breaks till 1880, the reversal is going to be difficult. It might confine its movement within this. That is the first part. Next part is, yes, if it breaks below 1915, it has already created a good tail, and then we can see a sharper move above 1915 levels, where the next target should be at around 1925, and then 1940 levels are going to come into picture. Now see this. You can find out the resistance there at 1925, 1930 zone, very strong. So I'll wait for it to see above 1915. Yes, you can stay long 1920, 25, 30, and then 1940 levels directly. It may try to land. Beyond that, double top might be seen. If you look at the stochastic here on the daily charts, is also overbought. The MACD is divergent and bullish. It appears the candle size have seen the height there. Probably it may try to flatten from here, and probably today might try to converge a bit. RSI looking down. Considering this, I will recommend you to sell at 1900, and then see, you have to stay short, but then with the $5 trailing stop loss 1895.90. Then 1885, 80 levels should be the target. Below 1880, more bearishness might prevail. It can try to take it till towards 1870 levels and bridge the gap. On the upside, above 1915, see 1925, 30, and then 40 levels. These three levels you should watch out for. These three levels are going to play a very important role, and these three levels are certainly going to provide a very strong resistance on the upside. So above 1915, certainly you can stay long and expect it to rise more. Take your positions accordingly. Trade with a stop loss, trade with a trailing stop loss. Now let's have a look at crude oil. And yes, if you want to learn this art of trading profitably, you should join my mentorship batch. The 20th batch starts on 20th of March. Reach out to me for more details. My Telegram and email IDs are mentioned in the channel and video description. Now look at the oil's movement. See, so far the complete movement is engulfed between this drop. It has kept its movement. It has kept its movement completely confined within these levels, and in fact achieving 72.8. Now it is trying to retrace, reverse a little on the upside. Now if you look at the hourly chart, see here, lower highs, lower lows. So hence wait for it to break past 75. That will be a good confirmation for you to stay long. At the same time, 74 also is a good resistance. So yes, if you see it trading above 74, you can stay long for 74.5, 75 levels, and once it breaks past 75, more bullishness might take it to 76 and plus levels. That is the first part. So buy at 74. Stochastic at bottom. MACD is also at bottom. It is bearish, trying to converge. RSI trying to look upwards, trying to recover. If you look at the 2-hour charts, likewise on the 2-hour charts also it is trying to reverse, and hence 74 should be a good level for you to enter. Stochastic is also at bottom here. The MACD is also at bottom. It may converge, crossover. RSI is also at bottom, trying to recover a bit on the 2-hour charts. Now look at 3-hour charts. After this sharp drop, right now the movement is trading in this. Certainly above 75, we can see a very sharp recovery, taking it for 76, 76.5. And any point of time, if you see it trading above 77, it may show you more bullishness. So first thing is a buy entry at 74, and then a sell entry at 73 is going to remain safe. At below 73, you can again expect 72.4, 72, and then below that it is going to crash heavily. Stochastic at bottom there. The MACD is also divergent and bearish. It may start to converge from here. The RSI is also trading at bottom, indicating slight bearishness. And look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, lower highs, lower lows. Now 74, if you see it trading above 74, certainly stay long and then expect a reversal. The stochastic has dropped a bit. The MACD divergent and bearish. The RSI is also looking down right now, indicating bearishness on the 4-hour charts. Now look at the daily charts. On the daily charts, higher lows are seen. Probably it can try to retrace, and if it does, certainly 75, 76 levels are going to be the next stronger resistance level. And we have seen right now it has come to this bottom. It has completed the journey, and it is trying to trade in this box. Though previously it was trading with a higher lows, and it has shown a breach, however still very much confining its movement within this box. So just wait for it to come out of the box, and hence 72 should be a good level. The stochastic is at bottom here. MACD divergent and bearish. RSI is also looking down, indicating slight bearishness. So considering this, sell at 73, buy at 74. On the upside, $0.50 trailing stop loss 74.5, 75 is the next target, and beyond that we might see it hitting 75.8, 76 levels. If you see it trading above 76, more bullishness may prevail, which might take it for 76.6, 77 levels. Now only and only if you see it trading above 76, 77, more bullishness may prevail, and then it will try to completely reverse the trend, breaking past 78.2 and 80 levels. On the downside or the flip side, sell at 73 and then expect 72.4, 72, and then below that we might see $70 levels today itself. Take your trades accordingly. Trade with a stop loss, trade with a trailing stop loss. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do not forget to press the bell icon Join my mentorship batch, join my signals channel, reach out to me for more details. My Telegram and email IDs are mentioned in the channel and video description. Have a safe, profitable trading day ahead. Thank you.